If your cat is suddenly acting strange or aggressive, it could be because they heard something that scared them. Just like humans, cats react to different sounds in different ways. Some may be indifferent, while others may be curious, but many will likely be terrified of some sounds. Let's take a look at 10 sounds that cats hate. Number 1. Construction noise. If you've ever tried to nap with construction going on outside, you know how annoying it can be. Even worse if you live in an apartment above or below the construction site. The constant hammering, drilling, and sawing can make anyone irritable. But for cats, it can be downright terrifying. These noises are loud, repetitive, and unpredictable, which can cause a cat to become anxious or stressed. A cat's hearing is much more sensitive than ours, so sounds that we may not even notice can be painful to their ears. In addition, cats are naturally more anxious than dogs, though they're more likely to react negatively to environmental stressors like construction noise. If your cat seems agitated or fearful when construction noise is present, try to provide them with a safe space where they can retreat to, like a quiet room or under a bed. You can also try playing calming music or using a white noise machine to help drown out the sound of construction. No. 2. Vacuum cleaners. Most people are aware that vacuum cleaners are loud and can be startling, but few realize just how scary they can be for cats. For many cats, the sudden loud noises and powerful suction can be very frightening. When a vacuum cleaner is turned on, it produces a loud, high-pitched sound that can be painful to a cat's sensitive ears. In addition, the movement of the vacuum cleaner can be very jarring for a cat who may not be used to it. The best way to make vacuuming day less stressful for your cat is to start by getting them used to the sound of the vacuum cleaner when it's turned off. Once your cat is comfortable around the vacuum cleaner, you can start turning it on while you're still in the room with them. This will help them get used to the sound and help reduce their anxiety. No. 3. Doorbells and knocks. Doorbells and knocks are another common household noise that can send your cat running for cover. For many felines, the sudden ringing of a doorbell or the sound of someone knocking on the door can be very startling. It's an unexpected noise that occurs randomly and without warning. And this unpredictability can be especially stressful for cats who thrive on routine and familiarity. In addition, cats have excellent hearing, so they can often hear sounds that humans cannot. This means that they may be able to hear the doorbell or knock before you do, giving them time to prepare for your arrival. However, some cats may still be startled by the sound. So it's important to be patient and understanding if your cat becomes agitated when the doorbell rings or someone knocks on the door. Try to make a safe space where your cat can hide away from the commotion, such as under a bed or in a quiet room. No, for thunder and lightning. It's nothing quite like a thunderstorm to send a cat into a frenzy. The loud clap of thunder and the bright flash of lightning can be very frightening for our feline friends. For many cats, thunderstorms are one of the most stressful experiences they will ever encounter. The loud noises and flashes of light can be very startling, and many cats will run and hide when they hear thunder in the distance. Some cats may also vocalize excessively during a thunderstorm, meowing loudly in an attempt to get their owner's attention. No. 5. Fire crackling. There's something cozy and inviting about a crackling fire, but for cats, it can be anything but. The sound of a crackling fire can be very irritating and even painful to a cat's sensitive ears. Plus, cats are natural-born hunters, and the sound of a crackling fire reminds them of a small animal squealing as it's being eaten. All of these factors can make a cat feel anxious or stressed, and they may try to find a quiet place to hide away from the noise. If you have a fireplace in your home, there are a few things you can do to make it more inviting to your cat. You can try placing a mat or blanket in front of the fireplace to absorb some of the noise. Or you can put up a barrier to prevent your cat from getting too close to the fire. No. 6. Crying babies. If you ask any parent, they all tell you that one of the most challenging sounds in the world is the sound of a crying baby. For cats, the high-pitched sound of a crying infant can be equally grating and even painful to their delicate ears. Many cats will try to avoid the source of the noise, such as hiding under a bed or in a closet. Others may become agitated and vocalize loudly in an attempt to drown out the sound of the crying. No. 7. Television and radios. For many people, the television or radio is a constant background noise in their lives. But for cats, this can be very irritating and even stressful. The constant stream of sound can make it difficult for a cat to relax and enjoy their surroundings. In addition, the volume of some programs or songs may be too loud for a cat's sensitive ears. This can lead to hearing loss over time if exposure is prolonged. To protect your cat's hearing, it's important to keep the volume of your television or radio at a reasonable level. You should also be aware of the potential dangers of leaving your television or radio on all the time. The constant background noise can be harmful to your cat's hearing and well-being. No. 8. Car alarms. Few sounds are more jarring than the sudden blare of a car alarm. For cats, the loud, high-pitched sound can be very startling and even painful to their sensitive ears. The suddenness of the noise makes it difficult for a cat to predict or prepare for the sound, which adds to their stress levels. In addition, the duration of the noise can vary greatly, from a few seconds to several minutes. This means that a cat never knows how long the noise will last, which makes it even more difficult for them to relax. No. 9. Gunshots. For many people, the sound of gunshots is just part of everyday life, whether you live in a busy city or a quiet suburb. But for cats, gunshots can be extremely traumatic. The loud, sharp sound of a gunshot can be very startling and even painful to a cat's sensitive ears. In addition, the suddenness of the noise makes it difficult for a cat to predict or prepare for the sound, which adds to their stress levels. If you live in an area where gunshots are common, there are a few things you can do to help keep your cat safe. You can try to keep your cat indoors during times when gunshots are likely to occur. You can also try to block out the sound of the gunshots by playing calming music or using a white noise machine. Number 10. Last but certainly not least, we have the humble buzzer or electric gong. For many people, the sound of a buzzer or electric gong is just part of everyday life. But for cats, this sound can be extremely irritating and even painful to their sensitive ears. The high-pitched sound of a buzzer or electric lawnmower can be very startling and even dangerous to a cat's hearing. If you think your cat might be scared of one of these sounds, don't worry. There are things you can do to help them overcome their fear. First, try to identify the sound that's scaring your cat. Once you know what the sound is, you can start to desensitize your cat to it. Start by playing the sound at a low volume, while your cat is in another room. Slowly increase the volume over time and reward your cat with treats and praise when they remain calm. With patience and consistency, you can help your cat overcome their fear of the sound. If you found this video helpful, please leave us a comment down below and tell us what you thought. We love to read all your comments and we always respond to them. Also, do not forget to share this video with your friends and family if you think it might be helpful to them. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe.